Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Joel Curran, Client Advisor of Bmw of Bridgewater. Today I wanted to go over a very important video with everybody, the brand new 2022 BMW iX comparison with the Bmw X5. Alright, so by now I'm sure everybody has seen this beautiful vehicle. It's been on videos for several months now, ever since the first edition came out and kind of on that prototype drive. But what a lot of people haven't gone over is actual dimensions of this vehicle. Now, a lot of people think the X5 is a full-size vehicle, which is absolutely true. The iX, is actually very, very similar as well to it in exact dimensions. Now, the X5, from a height perspective, stands up a little bit higher than the iX will, and that's just strictly due to aerodynamics with an electric vehicle to get the most possible range for that. Now, the X5 is 68.7 inches high, which that's actually the bigger component of this vehicle right now. The iX is 66.7 inches high, which, like I said, if it were not for that suspension sort of area to maximize on the range, they would be almost identical when it comes down to that. Now, BMW is known for having a wide sort of body to it, right? Wide hips, as it were. So the X5 is 78.9 inches wide. The iX is 77.5 inches wide. Very, very close dimensions right there. The biggest thing that was a shock to me when I first saw this information is the length. The actual length on the car. The iX is actually longer. It's 195 even, and the X5 is 194.3. So we have 0.7 difference in inches right there for the actual exterior dimensions of this car now. And you can take a look, even sitting right next to each other, you do see that they are extremely close in size comparisons. And the second thing we'll go over in just a moment is the actual cargo space. Here we are at the back of the 2022 BMW iX. Show you the actual cargo space for a real-time sort of view on what this looks like for everything. Power hatch, obviously standard. Now, I took the liberty of putting two very large size boxes in here. This would probably equate a similar size as about 1.5 large suitcases, and there's also a pretty hefty size of a gym bag in here, which might be your carry-on or whatever it might be for taking a flight or going on any sort of trip when it comes down to that. Now, the biggest thing is that this is on the larger scale of a luxury SUV when it comes down to actual cubic feet in the car. And we get a close-up view in there of actually what it looks like. The iX is 35.5 cubic feet when it comes down to having those rear seats up. With the rear seats down, even larger, obviously it's 77.9, which is on the larger scale, and that's going to be right up there with the BMW X5 and the Porsche Cayenne as well too. So there's no impeding, because of the batteries or anything like that, of your actual cargo space. Now, if we pan over this way for the BMW X5, you're going to see very, very similar space in this particular car, and actually getting down to the dimensions of it, you're 33.9 cubic feet in the X5, and once again, that's 35.5 cubic feet in the iX. So you actually get a couple of more cubic feet when it comes down to height, width, and everything as a whole. Now, the seats down, even in the iX, you're still going to get more when it comes down to the cubic feet of the X5. So this is an extremely, extremely practical vehicle when it comes to putting anything in the back of this. Now, a big thing as well, like I first mentioned, is feet, right? Legroom, headroom, things like that when you're talking about considering an SUV for any class. The next thing I want to show you is the actual legroom and the headroom in the back of the BMW iX. Alright, everybody, so actually in the back seat of the BMW iX right now to show comparison between any of its competitors that are out there right now. So most commonly found right behind the driver's seat of anybody that's either short or tall for that matter, this particular seat is probably the most cramped, generally speaking. Now, I'm about 5'8" myself, no basketball player by any means, but I sat up the driver's seat to right about where someone at 6 foot tall would be, which is probably a pretty average height for for at least most people that are out there, and at least a good visual on what it might look like. Now, I am absolutely lounging right now. I have more than ample amount of space right now here. So if you do take a look at the bottom of my feet right there, where I have plenty of space between my actual leg rest and the actual seat that's right in front of me, plenty of room back here, and like I said, about 5'8", so anybody about 6 foot should have plenty of space, being that there is no shade for the panoramic moonroof as well too, so that does cause quite a bit more space actually for anybody that's back here. Now, the total room is 38.9 inches, right, of leg room back here. The top of the class, and that's no joke. We looking at the X5, you actually have more space due to the engineering of this particular car, and there's no transmission in the vehicle, obviously being electric, so that causes no hump in the middle, right, for the drivetrain as well too. X5 is going to have a larger hump in the middle, so the middle passenger is also going to be a little bit cramped, and that's just how any engineering is supposed to go. iX, very, very comfortable when it comes down to that. The biggest thing is headroom, right? If you're a taller person, 39.5 inches going all the way up. It is one of the best in class when it comes down to actual headroom, legroom, and the actual capability of this particular car. Now, this is, like I said, on that higher class, BMW X5, Porsche Cayenne, even Mercedes GLE for that matter. You have more than enough space to fit 3 people back here, a car seat, 2 people, whatever you might need. Plenty of space in this car, in the back seat, and even in the front seat as well too. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just want to give everybody a walkthrough of what the car is actually physically like, getting in it, day in the life of a normal person, putting stuff in the trunk, sitting in the back seat, on some things that you might be coming up against when you're considering this vehicle. It's an absolutely beautiful vehicle. Once again, the 2022 BMW iX xDrive50. If you like this video, please press like on the link, give it a share, contact us at Bmw of Bridgewater. Once again, my name is Joel, I'm a client advisor over here. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate the opportunity, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.